Thank you. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another shout-out clip. This week, Barry is going to run us through a shout-out.
All right. Hey, guys. So for this week's weekly shout-out, it's actually a little bit closer to home and someone that I know. So the Division 200 aide, Rich Rycroft, who's definitely one of the most positive guys I've ever met. Has a lot to offer the fire service and has a long career. So he really epitomizes what it means for me to be a good fireman and be a good person. We had an interaction the other day, so I'll give you guys the brief synopsis. Myself and Glue Tevlin, who hopefully is coming on soon, were dispatched to a full box assignment at 799 Concord Ave for a smoke condition on the second floor of a rehab facility. So we're going through. It ended up just being a motor, right? But during access investigation, we ended up we had to open a bunch of doors just to get some airflow in there to get the smoke condition out, right? So during access investigation, we ended up being aided by Division 200, who's the deputy's aide, who assisted us in opening and gaining access to all these doors, obviously with minimal damage. So I was going through it, and I have, like, everyone's probably familiar with, like, you take a plastic bottle and you can kind of feed it behind the seam, which is what I had seen. So he showed me an easy way. He made his own, like, custom plastic square that's, like, has nice, like, rounded edges, and showed me how, like, he does it and feeding it behind the locking mechanism with the custom little piece of plastic he makes. So he took he's like, oh, Barry, hey, let me show you this real quick. And, like, he showed me, like, a couple of times, like, he opened it, open and close the door, and he's like, hey, like, so if you come up this way, you're going to have your best bet. And he's like, why don't you keep it?
That's awesome.
Yeah. And he gave it to me. I asked him to autograph it, which I'm still good at. So it's the Rich Rycroft door tool. But it was like, it wasn't like a critical incident at that point. And he took the time to show me something cool, and then gave me his tool out of his own pocket. Then he texted me later, and he said, which was really the part where I was like, all right, I got to shout him out. He said, Barry, enjoy the tool and let me know how it's working out for you. Might be a good subject for your show. You don't need to buy expensive tools and hang them all over your coat. Just watch the old guy with beat up hands. Look in his pockets and see what he carries. And then he went on to, say, like, a bunch of stuff about, like, the guys in the trades are slowly dwindling out. But the whole interaction, like, meant a lot to me. Then the fact that he followed up meant that much more. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just want to shout out to him for taking the time to have a teachable moment with a young guy, share his knowledge.
I think that's two things. One, that's kind of what this show is all about. And two, going back to giving credit to Chief Nardelli, is he's every time, like, he's done something with us, he says, like, hey, I'm not making this shit up. Yeah. Somebody taught me this, right, and I'm now passing it down. And so for a senior person to take the time to show you, and now you know it, and now you have 20 plus years to use it in your career, and maybe 20 years from now you're showing a younger guy,
20,
girl,
yeah, I'm still gonna have that in my pocket, and it's gonna. And the cool part, like, I joke around, but, like, the cool part of, like, having him autograph this is, like, one day Rich is gonna retire and we're gonna lose that organizational knowledge, but I'm gonna pull that thing out, one, smile because Rich autographed it, and then two, I'll be like, hey, this is the Rich Rycroft door opening tool, and then people will be like, oh, who's Rich Rycroft? It's an opportunity to, like, share the legacy of the department and tell them about a good guy and a good fireman that influenced me.
That's a good point.
And pass it on. So
thanks, Rich. Generally, you get those aides to the divisions, and those they have a lot of knowledge to share. There's a reason that the divisions choose them. So
Rich,
awesome.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
JobTlks out. Hey guys, if you like that clip, check out the full episode of JobTlks on our channel. Make sure you're subscribed to watch a new episode there every Saturday at noon.
Nailed it.
Can I use that one? Because it's
Nailed it.
No, that's the one.